rules the earth from the spiritual place. You know, some people, we always pray and say, Lord, protect me. God does not take responsibility for protecting men. Number two, God does not take responsibility for healing men. Number three, God does not take responsibility for making men rich. Number four, God cannot rule the earth without men. And then, not really men, every man, but worthy men. Like I said yesterday evening, when God wants to take over the earth, he put his spirit in a man, like Christ in Jesus. And then what Jesus did was to establish his spiritual place in Christ. And then God depended on the Jesus in Christ to establish dominion, to accomplish the messianism of the sovereign servant. Jesus had to go to the spiritual place of Christ before God can use him to have dominion. That is why Jesus didn't start messianism. He didn't start messianism until he is established in the spiritual place of Christ. And then it is from the spiritual place of Christ that he manifested dominion. Please hear this. This is a mystery. God is tired of where the church is. That's why you must hear me. Jesus went to the spiritual place of Christ. And then from there, God established the dominion, his dominion on earth, from the Jesus who is in Christ. And what made the spiritual place of Christ different? It was the spiritual place of Christ. It was where Jesus became the Son of God. That was where the life of Jesus was saved. And that's bringing me to another course I call Save Your Life in Your Spiritual Place. If you don't go to your spiritual place, you will not be saved. Save your life from your spiritual place. Save your life in your spiritual place. Now, when Joseph was born, Joseph saved his life in his spiritual place, became a deliverer. The spiritual place of Joseph was a dreaming place. It was a place of that dreamer. And then it was the relationship of Joseph with that spiritual place that made Joseph a prime minister in Egypt. It is a wonderful thing for somebody who is alive to find out his spiritual place. Because everything that is good will happen to you when you find it. Pay attention. In 33 of the book of Exodus, when Moses said to God, we will like you to be with us in the journey, God replied to Moses. He said, go to the spiritual place. There is a place in me for you. If you go there, I will be with you there. In Hebrew chapter 8:1 and Romans chapter 8:34, something is called the right hand of the majesty on high.